The Housemaid is a thriller film. It is directed by Paul Feig. I didn't know this at the time, but it also is based off of a Freida McFadden novel. She does a lot of books. I've seen so many of her books at the drugstore. She kind of writes thrillers, kind of like those airport novels where you pick one up, you read it within a weekend, and then move on. So I kind of knew what I was getting into because the plot seemed pretty basic. But this movie is like a throwback to those sort of 90s thrillers, like the stalker movies, like the Michael Douglas One Fatal Attraction, or any stalker movie basically from the 90s or thriller film. This is definitely like a potboiler kind of simple, salacious, pulpy, thrill ride. It's exactly what it says on the tin, and that's probably why the reason why the movie is doing so well. It's almost at $400 million on a really low budget. So we're following Millie. She's a down-on-her-luck woman who's homeless, and she applies for a job to be a housemaid, even though she doesn't have any experience and she's just lying. But she manages to get the job, and it'll help her with her life, and she's trying to rebuild. However, she's hired by Nina Winchester, who's kind of like a trad wife kind of woman who's got a daughter and a husband who works in something to make them really rich. I think he makes a lot of money. And at first, Nina's got some weird sort of behavior, like gaslighting her and stuff. But then, little twists and turns go around here, and you find out Nina doesn't like Millie, even though she hired her. And then, Millie finds herself attracted to Andrew, the husband, and bonding with the daughter, and it definitely takes it into weird little situations. The movie's a little bit on the long side, and but it's still simple, and it gives you the thrills. If you're looking for that, you're gonna get that. It does also have some sex scenes, and Sydney Sweeney's naked for a little bit, and definitely helps the crowd get in, men and women who want to see that. But also Brandon Sklenar, he's ripped in this movie. I think he realized he's going to have sex scenes, but he also has been campaigning to play Batman, I think, so he wants to be like super ripped. But I think obviously the star of the real star of the movie is Amanda Seyfried. She's really good in this movie. She's really good at acting, and she's really good at playing an unhinged woman, just really just over the top, but not too over the top. And there's some twists and turns you probably won't see there, but overall, it gets the job done. A little bit iffy in the ending resolution, but it is based off of one of those cheap thriller novels that doesn't do too much research on police procedural work, so it doesn't really matter. Overall, you're going to get your thrills, and it's a solid movie. Not amazing, not terrible, but it gets the job done. So The Housemaid, I give it a 6 out of 10.